Hey there, fellow minorities. Welcome back to e-commerce for minorities. We started the series about why you should not start a business this 2026. While we are still on that, I wanted us to quickly go over this whole used iPhone business. Well, because it falls within our wheelhouse and also because of the number of requests we receive constantly for phones and our ongoing business of sourcing and selling refurbished iPhones. So in today's video, we are going to be exposing the myth, lies, and revealing the truth about used iPhones. But before we get into it, I want to tell you we are looking for a sound technician, a sound engineer, someone who knows how to set up Rodecaster Pro 2, currently showing on your screen. Take a moment, a few seconds to see what it looks like. If you know it, once you see it, you would understand what I'm talking about. So some people reached out to me privately to tell me that we need to improve our sound quality. I totally agree with them. I'm also grateful to them for pointing it out. If I'm being honest, it's something we are aware of and been working hard to fix. We've had this Rodecaster Pro 2 for some time now, but never been able to set it up. So if you're that person who knows how to set it up or how to work with it, please reach out to me in the comment section below. To everyone else, keep the comments coming. The engagement helps us learn areas to improve and also helps other people who are watching us now learn a thing or two on how to run their channel. So there might be people watching this now wondering, hey, what should I do right or what shouldn't I do? This is the first in our tech series, and today's topic is quite interesting. As I said, we're exposing the myth, lies, and revealing the truth about buying refurbished iPhones. So, whether you're currently selling phones generally and looking to expand into also selling iPhones, want to buy authentic and genuine iPhones for personal use, or you're simply curious and want to know the facts because, like me, you've watched one or a few of those videos by those self-proclaimed used iPhone experts who flood platforms with false, misleading information about used iPhones, then you have come to the right place. In this and subsequent episodes, I'll expose all you need to know about used, refurbished iPhones and other tech because we are really into that. Now, I'm doing this expose because, like I said, we are into tech, communication gadgets and equipment, as well as household appliances. So I know a thing or two about this whole iPhone ecosystem, and I want to use that knowledge to point you in the right direction to help you make the right purchasing decisions and avoid losing your hard-earned money buying fake iPhones or any other tech, especially the ones that we deal with. So to start, let me give you a rundown of a chance encounter I had in Guangzhou, China last October. So I was in a shop at a used electronics market in Guangzhou called Dashatu Market. For those who do not have any idea what Dashatu Market is, it's a market you mostly see a lot of African buyers that come to buy products, especially tech products that they resell in Africa. Let me say it's not really a place I would go because we source everything straight from manufacturers. But man, I was glad I went there. So I walked up to this random store selling tripod stands. Same time as three Nigerian ladies also reached the store, the front of the store, that is. And one of them pointed to a box displaying iPhone 17 and asked the Chinese store owner how much it is. To my surprise, the store owner, without hesitation, said that it was fake iPhone 17. Wow, it was quite an eye-opener. It was my come to Jesus moment as far as all these who use iPhones misinformation has been going on. It was also striking that the Chinese lady was straight and forthcoming in saying very clearly that the iPhone she was selling was fake. Look, I was surprised to say the least, but even more surprising was that the Nigerian lady said she wanted the fake iPhone 17. She said she's buying and would easily resell it in Nigeria because Nigerians are crazy about iPhones. Said they would buy as long as it looks like the real iPhone. So it's about optics, not about the genuine phone or functionality. And then I asked if she knew she could actually buy real, genuine used iPhones that customers would be happy to pay for. Because I was trying to understand the whole business of iPhones in Nigeria. But she said she heard about used UK iPhones, but has no idea where to buy them and couldn't afford the investment, even if she knew. That was really destructive. It was at that point that it clicked. It all came together for me because I had watched a number of videos by those Nigerians talking about UK used iPhones. That's the way they say it. UK used iPhones. They claim majority of used iPhones come from China because of their population, meaning they buy more iPhones than any other country, therefore will generate more used iPhones. So the more iPhones you buy, the more used iPhones you generate and put into the secondary market. If that's the case, India too, with a population of 1.4 billion, similar to China's, should also be a source of similar amount of used iPhones as China, right? Because if population is the metric, both China and India should be the two largest iPhone markets, and Nigeria with 240 million people should rank quite high up there as major buyers and generators of used iPhone. So why do most people say used iPhones come from China? Well, it could be because of the majority of those fake iPhones, both marked as new and used, come from China. And this is not a coincidence that fake iPhone knockoffs will come from China. The reason is simple. iPhones are designed here in America and manufactured in China. So the Chinese have the expertise for making it. But now let's look at actual statistics of global iPhone sales by country. 34% of global iPhones sold each year in the United States. 19% sold in China. 9% sold in Japan. 5% sold in India. Only 3 to 4% are sold in the UK. Mind you, if you're going by population, the United States has 330 million people. Japan, 123 million people. The UK, 69.9 million people. Both China and India are 1.4 billion people each. This breakdown means the US, by far, it's not even close, buys more iPhones than any other country on earth. Next is Japan at 9%, also going by their population. The UK is a close third and has almost the same number of iPhone sales with Japan, but Japan is slightly ahead. If you compare the number of people in Japan and the volume of iPhones they buy each year, then China and India are fourth and fifth respectively. So first of all, this talk about UK used iPhones, as they call it by people in Africa, mostly in Nigeria, does not even make any sense at all. It does not make sense because only 3 to 4% of iPhones sold globally each year are sold in the UK. That number is somewhat insignificant to impact the global number of used iPhones generated and sold each year to be called UK used iPhones. Most importantly, all that talk about China buying most iPhones and by extension being the source of most used iPhones is complete nonsense. But it gives you a sense of where that contradiction comes from. UK used iPhones on the one hand, and then in the same breath, saying that most used iPhones come from China. At least now you know from the encounter I described earlier, myth of most used iPhones coming from China originated from. Now that we've exposed the myth and lies surrounding all the stories about used UK iPhones and how they come from China and that, which is a huge contradiction. And now that you know, not to scare you, but that your hand right now, you're probably watching me on it, may well be fake Chinese knockoff. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's what it might be. But not to worry, because in the next episode we'll be revealing how used iPhones are actually sourced. That also will be an interesting one because it will show you, at least give you an idea if your iPhone is fake or not and how you can check. So if you want to know more about how used refurbished iPhones are sourced, maybe because you want to become a reseller yourself, we can support that. Or you want to buy genuine reliable one for yourself or loved ones, which you can also support because we have them. Or you're simply curious about the whole thing and want to know more, Watch out for the subsequent episode on this topic because, again, we got you covered in that area. If you found this one useful, share with someone you know who might be interested. Consider subscribing so you don't miss the next episode, because I don't want you spending money, or wasting money buying the wrong. Before I go, let me know in the comment section below what type of used iPhone you want to get. I'm talking from iPhone 11, 12, 13, and iPhone XR. You can also let me know any other device you want me to showcase here, and I will do my best to cover it, because we have a lot of tech products coming up that we are currently selling and the ones you are sourcing. But if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye.